Good morning, everyone. Today is the 11th of July, 2016. It is Monday, and I have finally caught up with the days. So I was thinking about the electric universe and looking at the clouds here today. They look electrical in electrical current patterns, so like wave patterns. You can see them. Sometimes they're a lot more evident that waves or clouds look like waves in electrical current waves. And the reason that is because originally our universe was electrical. Everything that happened, including our DNA formation, was electrical, which is kind of interesting because if you look at the DNA, that was formed probably during electrical charge. And whatever components made that and transferred it into our blueprint, because the DNA is our blueprint. What I'm thinking is really essential, we're looking at new sumac. It's just turning red right now. It's kind of pretty. It's that yellow-green color last week, and now it's turning a little bit red. So about this DNA compared to our spiral galaxy and the formation of our form as a human form, and how we have varying levels of magnitude in our bodies. So we have the molecular level of the DNA at the probably, and then all of us are connected, even at that DNA molecule level, to the great singularity, which Big Banged us out of itself. Well, on the probably outer periphery, probably like a ring from the great singularity came off after years of being the great singularity, and so that happened. And then further to that, right, Zoe? So I'm going to be doing something on solaronics today on Google Plus, Jane Jones, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to describe to you how the DNA and our form is actually connected. Sumac. It's growing quite high. That's a big sumac. And the deers just love it. So that's so good. Anyway, I want to describe to you what I think is going on with our form. If you think of ourself being the perfect sphere, which was the original form of our deepest soul self, is a sphere. The universe is also spherical, the multiverse is spherical. There again, those electric clouds. And the very unusual clouds, because what's happening with our universe is the reason we're not as electric as we once were when we were first formed is because we had a situation that the universe was very, well, let's put it this way, whatever created this solar system, galaxy, universe has to do with the vacuum effect of the great singularity when the Big Bang from the great singularity occurred on the outside of the great singularity. So we're on the outside, or maybe the inside of the great singularity, probably both, because it's probably osmotic. The great singularity is everywhere and everywhere, but it's now separated in this incarnation of the human form. We have probably lived in various forms before we came to this realized form of the 230 trillion cell form. So before that, when we were singular in the spheric form, we were probably considered the state of molecular perfection. Now, our molecules are vying for, and maybe will be reconstructed or reintroduced into the great singularity by means of a cycle system. I think the ancient Mayans and the Aztecs, ancient Aztecs and the Mayan calendar knew about this. They knew that the situation being, we are, oh, there's a bumblebee. Yeah, I haven't seen any honeybees yet. Yeah, so, what was I saying? bumblebee took my mind off the situation. Zoe pulling me, of course, but well, what we have to do. Oh, look, that's probably where a deer was sitting. See how there's a circle around there of weeds in the center? Let's look. Come here, Zoe. Come. Oh, that's interesting. A circle. That's happening a lot more lately. I haven't seen any monarch butterflies, but a moth that looks like a monarch butterfly. Let's go to the bathroom, Zoe. You want to go in there? Too many bees in there, and you know it. When there's flowers, there's bees. Dogs know that. They're very, very smart. A lot of construction around here. Yeah, so I don't know if we got mail today, but I'll check it out. And if you can look over here and see these beautiful trees, and there's... Oh, I just got a fly on my nose. Ouch. Oh, there's one of the white moths. Let's go over here. Let's get him. So, anyway, about the universe, the electric universe at one time when we were first formed, and that created our DNA, and that created our form, actually, because if you look at the DNA spiral and the chakra systems going up and down, you will note that there are 7 main chakras, correct? Yeah. So, anyway, an asteroid. I want to take a picture of that. So it's beautiful. That is the most beautiful asteroid I've ever seen. Hello. And if you want to know the truth about all this, it's okay, the electric. So now that we're in a vacuum of space, because the Great Singularity created, the Big Bang created from the Great Singularity created the vacuum of space. Okay, like an implosion, which sort of like created a no air kind of concept. And so we're floating because of that vacuum. That's why spheres are floating, why the sun is floating. And then the interconnected electrical charges of the planets together, and whether or not they're polar or negative or positively polarized, has a great deal of effect on astrology as well, and astronomy, of course, because they're interconnected. Now, it's really beautiful here, huh? Yeah, it's quiet. Everyone's on summer holidays. It's nice going on places. There's my neighbors going on vacation somewhere. Anyway, they're nice people. And we're going to find somewhere the truth about our form and the beginning of the universe. And how we progress and how we go back. And now we don't realize it, but our auras, we have an aura. Every person has a beautiful round, not just like an arch, it's a round ball, or was at least at one time, a perfectly round spheric ball. And it was similar to the sphere of the Earth. And it contains a vicious, what am I thinking, a watery substance within it, but it's not water. But anyway, it's a certain ephemeral energy water. Because there's different forms of water too. Spiritual water, holy water, you know. That is a real thing. It's not just saying, oh, holy water. It really is vibrated water and made into another substance alchemically. Well, we haven't got a name for it, so we call it holy water. But there's probably a scientific word for it. One day we'll find that. Let's move into other concepts later. But check me out on my Google Plus site.